What's up? I'm Japanese. Hey guys, do you know what love is like in Japan? Just as culture differs from country to country, the way of falling in love also differs greatly from country to country. If you are watching this video, then you must have watched a lot of Japanese anime. You probably also watch a lot of anime with the theme of students' love. So, I am well versed in Japanese love. In particular, I have a perfect grasp of students' love life. Isn't that what you think? But that's a naive idea! You guys must think of Japanese students' love life in this way. Japanese people fall in love by bumping into a beautiful girl with a loaf of bread in her mouth at the time. Or the moment you reach for a book in the library, your hand touches a beautiful girl who is also reaching for a book, and they fall in love. What I'm about to share with you may come as a joke, but I have to tell the truth. In fact, all these occurrences are fantasies that do not happen in Japanese schools. It's an illusion that doesn't really happen. It's not just about love. A childhood friend who comes to wake up every morning. A young lady who rides to school in a limousine. A teacher who only looks like a lorry. Several beautiful girls are feeding me lunch. Shit! And a cute girl talking to me. All of these are fantasy. This is based on my own experience, so believe me. This is what you must be thinking when you listen to this story. Impossible! If you don't bump into a beautiful girl at the turn of the corner, how can Japanese students fall in love? The answer to that question is the anime I'm gonna introduce today. May I introduce TsukigaKirei? This anime depicts the love story of a Japanese junior high school student as it really is. I don't know what kind of love you have had in your school days, but this is exactly the kind of love Japanese students have. Their hands don't have to touch each other in the library for love to begin. Let's talk about the title for a moment. The title TsukigaKirei translates directly into English as The Moon is Beautiful, but the real meaning is different. When Dazai Osamu, Japan's most famous novelist, went as English teacher, he translated a phrase as TsukigaKirei. The phrase was, I love you. That is the title expressed a pure confession of love. It's a short, concise, and a beautiful title. I will introduce the character. Azumi Kotaro. He is the main character of this work, a boy who aspires to be a novelist. To be honest, he is usually plain and unreliable, but that impression will change as you watch. He shows us how cool he can be when the time comes. Next, Mizuno Akane, heroine of this work. She is a member of the track and field team. She is a girl who can't express her opinion clearly because she looks at the face of others. Both Akane and Kotaro have a very Japanese personality. She has a habit of squeezing her potato mustache when she gets nervous. It's adorable. I feel weird looking at this. And she is beautiful when she is running, sweat running down her face, her hairstyle in a ponytail, and her bare legs exposed in a big way. I would like to pay special attention to the ponytail. She usually wears hair down, but when she runs, she wears it in a ponytail. Unlike a usual reserved look, the ponytail gives a more active impression. And that's not all. The girl who usually wears her hair down becomes a ponytail. In other words, riding hair means that the back of the neck, which is normally hidden, is exposed. This is a very high excitement level. In Japanese, this area at the back of the neck is called the unaji, and many people get excited here. It's the same for everyone in foreign country, isn't it? The most powerful combination is the yukata, a traditional Japanese costume, and the unaji. Of course, there is a yukata unaji scene in the anime as well. The creator seems to know exactly what we are looking for, and her passion for track and field is rare. I want you to see the scene. Her arms are garishly thin. Wow, her thighs are super very nice. I can say that her thighs are filled with determination and will for athletics. Next, Nishio Chinatsu, she's on the track team like Akane. At first she's friends with Kotaro, but gradually she falls for him. Chinatsu approaches Kotaro even though she knows that Akane is dating him. Honestly, I don't want her to interfere with their happy space. I don't want to cloud Akane's smile. A woman who messed with a man who is in a relationship with a woman is not right. No wonder they call her. Hey, this smile is not fair, Chinatsu. Actually, there's nothing wrong with her. That's right. No one can stop people from falling in love with other people. Love is something that even ourselves can't stop. She just fell in love with a man and she just acted according to her feelings. Nobody would be able to blame her. You must have a character that you love too. If you feel good about that character hentai doujinshi, who can blame you? There's nothing wrong with love for someone. She is in love as much as she can. Only those who have never searched for hentai image of their beloved character should blame her. Next, Hira Takumi. He is a guy who loves Akane and often messes with her. Moreover, it is popular among girls. Hey, stay away from her! Were you attracted to this butt and bare legs? Are you a bee that gets attracted to the flowers, huh? This man targeted Akane when she was alone and tried to talk to her. The suspicious person and the behavior are perfectly the same, mister! It's disgusting, it's fruit with other people's women. Shame on you. So, now let's introduce what this anime is about. The anime begins with beautiful cherry blossom petals dancing in the window. The same applies to the opening song. Do you know what the language of cherry blossoms? It is a spiritual beauty. There is a profound reason why cherry blossoms, which signifies the spiritual beauty, are played at the beginning and in the opening song. It shows that this anime must not be watched with impure spirits. If you are looking for something as dirty as Panchira in this anime, you must not watch this anime. Only people with beautiful spirits should watch this anime. The action that the protagonist is doing now is called Chozu. This is done to purify the body and spiritual dirt before going to the shrine to worship. If you are gonna watch this anime with filthy and obscene feelings, I recommend you to do Chozu once. Back to the introduction, Kotaro and Akane meet at a casual restaurant where they happen to be visiting with their families. It's embarrassing for adolescent students to be seen with their families by their classmates. They probably started to become aware of each other here. I don't think they've started to develop love for each other yet, but their impetus for love is so trivial. Isn't that what your first love was like? They will sometimes be around together in the gym storage room. A gym storage room and a man and a woman around together. In a normal anime, there would be an event where he falls and pushed her down on the mat, put his hand inside her clothes and massages her chest. But that doesn't happen in this anime. They only exchange contact info. From that point on, the two of them grew closer and the sweet flower will begin to blossom. As I said earlier, this anime depicts the love life of middle school students as it is. When he confesses his voice is weak and unreliable due to embarrassment. In the early days of their dating, they were too embarrassed to converse well with each other. They keep it a secret from the other in the classmates that they are dating and meet around together when no one else is around. I want you to see this scene. They were alone, but they were sitting side by side without looking at each other, their cheeks stained. I know the feelings. In the situation, you are so embarrassed that your head starts to boil and you don't know what to say. What a sweet love! It's as sweet as a shortcake with honey on it. It may be difficult for people in foreign countries to understand. You may feel impatient, you may not be able to relate to them, but this is how shy Japanese students love. Of course, love is not always sweet. Kotaro and Akane both sometimes get jealousy when they see each other getting along with other people of the different gender. In particular, Kotaro's attitude might irritate you. Indeed, jealousy is an ugly emotion, but jealousy, like the feeling of love, is something that can't be suppressed. If it's a junior high school student, it's even harder to control emotion. I don't want you to blame him. He gets jealous because his feelings of love are genuine, and jealousy is not always a bad thing. Sometimes that's the spice of love. In Japan, there is a saying, rain makes the ground stronger, even if jealousy is raining down on their hearts. But when they make up, the bond will be stronger and more solid than ever. Now, this is one of my favorite things. Watching this scene, I feel an emotion I don't quite understand. I don't know what to call this feeling. I don't know, but my face is grinning on its own. Maybe this is what happiness feels like. Naturally, this feeling is something that grows from having watching this anime. If you have not seen this anime yet, please do so. Why don't you watch this anime and share happiness with me, guys? This is not the last thing. I really love the way this anime ends. What will happen to their love? Where will their love lead them? I encourage you to check it out for yourself. I promise you that you will be happy. Now let's see how this anime is evaluated. First, here is the score from the Japanese evaluation site. Japan's score is 93.3. This is a rank that is incredibly well received in Japan. It is the 6th best anime in the overall ranking on the most famous evaluation sites. Next, the score from a foreign evaluation site out of 10. The score on foreign site is 8.15. There seems to be a polarization between those who give high score and those who give low scores. Some people who gave it a low score felt that they could not understand the emotion and action of the characters. Finally, here's my evaluation. My personal evaluation is 90. I can relate to this anime very well. It was truly a life-size depiction of a Japanese junior high school love story. Chinatsu and Hira were in the hated roles, but to be honest, I understand their feelings and action. I had friends like them when I was junior high school. I blamed Hira badly, but I couldn't understand his attraction to her bare legs. I don't know if you will be able to relate to this anime, but you will be able to experience the love life of a Japanese student by watching it. It was a story of a shy Japanese love story that was both sweet and tantalizing. Okay, that was my introduction to the TsukigaKirei. Finally, I have a suggestion. If you have someone you love, why not make this kind of confession? The moon is beautiful. And if you were told those words, your response will be those two things. I think I might be able to reach it now. Or that's what makes it so beautiful, because it's out of reach. If you get good results, subscribe to my channel. Also, I recommend watching the ending of this anime every time. See ya!